G'day guys, well over the last few nights I had the opportunity to shoot my first event using the Canon EOS R7. In this video I'm going to show you some of the photos. Okay guys, so just to get a bit of context for this, I shoot 21st birthday parties or any events, and usually quite often they are shot indoors. And when people are throwing parties, they generally like it to be a little bit darker, so the lighting is usually quite dim, or it's artificial, or it's mixed. There are different light sources. To shoot these events I use the Canon EOS R, and on that I had an RF 35mm f1.8, and I also had the Canon EOS R7 with the Canon RF 85mm f2. And in this video I'm going to show you some of the shots. Here they are. The shots you can see now were taken on the Canon EOS R7. These photos are edited in so much as I've cropped them, and that is basically it. That's basically it. All I've done is a crop. So these photos are essentially straight out of camera. What I found most remarkable about shooting with the Canon EOS R7 was the fact that most of the photos don't require heavy edits. They're good to go, almost. In this case, I've just cropped these before editing, but I'm not going to do a lot more with these. These are basically it. And I want to give you some more context about the conditions I was shooting in. As you can see here, the light is dark, it's dim, it's artificial, it's changing, it's mixed lighting. These are the sort of things your camera has to contend with. And you know what I found last night? Particularly the IAF tracking was awesome. Very often I just hit to recenter the focus point to the center and then allowed the eye tracking to take over from there, locking onto subjects, allowing me to confirm focus and then take the shot, knowing that there was a high chance I was going to get the shot. All this being said though, you do have to remember your shutter speed needs to be fast enough to capture the available light. You do have to be sure of that, because remember the EVF does not show the shutter speed. It shows you the preview of the exposure, but it does not show the preview of the shutter speed. And so these photos, you can look at them, they are so clean, so sharp, so vibrant. I'm really happy with them. The noise, I've seen on a lot of videos people talking about the noise, but I did not see it myself. Can you see the noise in these? These photos look great. They look terrific. I'm really pleased, and I was really impressed with how the R7 stood up in these conditions at the first event. So there you have it guys, my first event shooting with the Canon EOS R7. Hey, just to let you know, I was shooting with a speed light on this, the old Canon 430EX version 2. It's a pretty old speed light, but hey, it did the trick, illuminating far enough away that I needed to, using the 85mm lens that I was using, which of course is around about a 100 and something when you consider the crop factor. Anyway, a couple of downers that I did find, sometimes with the eye tracking it does have a tendency to hunt towards the edges of the frame, and therefore you do constantly, or I had to continuously reset my focus point back to the center of the frame. Another issue I found for me was the mode dial. Here I had it set in manual mode, where I was able to adjust all of the settings, keep my ISO where I wanted it in that 1000 to sort of 1600 range, and also make sure my shutter speed was fast enough. But at times I did notice the mode dial was changed. It did go into bulb mode for a time, and all my photos during that series were very overexposed. And I also went into AV and also shutter priority mode, TV mode as well, unintentionally, just simply through the handling of the camera. I was also talking about taking some photos with the Canon EOS R, and on that I had the RF 35mm f1.8. I'm going to show you a few of those photos now so you can get an idea of how they show up on that camera compared to the ones you've just seen from the R7. And as you can see, they're really good photos. Of course, you're shooting with a full frame camera here, much wider field of view, but once again they slot right into your editing flow, exactly with the photos with the R7. They're all beautiful. Otherwise, yeah, as I mentioned, I was really stoked with the performance of the R7 at the first event that I shot in low light conditions. The autofocus was awesome, the photos are vibrant and almost ready to deliver with the most minimal of edits. The photos I showed you today were simply cropped, very little else at all. So yeah, that's it guys. If you need any more information, let me know below. Otherwise, as always, thanks so much for watching and we'll catch you next time. Bye.